There was a time when these two were actually rivals instead of brothers. And quite frankly, I think it's actually better for the characters this way. Now, it's no secret modern day Jason Todd has his lows. I mean, as of right now, he seems to be a walking lowlight. And while Nightwing is my favorite DC character of all time and probably my favorite superhero of all time, it's more of a secret that his comics, or more so world building, has its own form of problems as well.
It's called the Midwest because every single thing in it is mid. Skyline Chili. Mid. Your Cincinnati Reds, who haven't won a World Series since 1990. Mid.
The Reds suck.
And every single person who lives here is mid.
Whether some people like to say that Tom Taylor's Nightwing run is a boring slice of life, or that Nightwing himself is favored or defined by which one he decides to be sleeping with at this moment, Dick Babs forever, I like to think that Nightwing's main problem is just his lack of world building. Since his departure from the great land of Gotham, writers have been trying forever to help Dick build his own legacy. They give him his own city, they even give him his own alter ego, and they give him his own supporting cast, but it never seems to stick. Dick always seems to be getting pulled back into that gravitational pull that is the bat hole of Gotham, and I'm left wondering why. Because they're boring. Oh no, it's not because they're boring. Well, maybe. You see, I like to think of it as they just aren't putting Dick in the right direction. Now, I've always liked to compare Nightwing to Daredevil in the sense that the writers need to stop writing Nightwing like Batman and start writing him as Daredevil, and for the most part they have. Early 2000s Nightwing comics, even more modern day ones, have been gritty and darker, but they've always made certain choices that either pull him back into the world of Batman and just never allow Dick to be seen as his own entity, and more just still a connection to Batman. No duh, he's still his original sidekick and son at the end of the day. I know, but still, there has to be some sort of way that Nightwing can stand out on his own, right? Really build his own world within the DC universe. Have someone that could challenge his ideologies and skills and to the absolute max and just prop up his own character to begin with. Oh, hey, Jason! Yes, I propose that Jason becomes Nightwing's Punisher, if that makes sense. Just recently I wrote a fanfic that dives deeper into this topic, but now looping the conversation back to Jason as how loved he is, his character has basically been
a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
Jason probably had one of the greatest comic debuts ever, and since then his character has been nothing but sort of a decline. Writers don't know if they want to make Jason a rehabilitated hero or a straight up villain, which leaves him in this weird limbo stage, only making his character kind of awful.
2-pack of ass.
There's just as many video essays on Jason Todd's character as there is grains of sands in the earth, so I won't get into that much deep, but I'll just voice my opinion on the matter.
2-pack of ass.
I think Jason should be seen as the evil one in the Bat family. Granted, he kind of is, but let me explain. Not evil like Joker evil, but in the sense of how everyone in the Marvel Universe views Frank Castle. Jason should be the Bat family's Frank, and because of that, everyone has to do this emotional gymnastics for him to even think of him or like held compassion for him. Jason's famous for being the one of the Bat family to break the no-killing rule. Well, him and Kate Kane, of course. Love you, Queen. And because of that, Jason is usually villainized for it, but instead of modern day writers making Jason feel remorse for it, even have him stop killing, I think they should lean more into this, making him not feel remorse. Jason should be to Dick what Frank is to Matt, but just on a deeper level because Dick and Jason share the same father and family. Dick and Jason's relationship should be more like Matt and Frank's relationship. Early 2000 comics in Battle for the Cowl, for example, or early Redhood runs, all comics where they depict where Jason and Dick have some sort of rivalry. With Dick not only being Batman's greatest success, he embodies everything positive with Batman's mission, everything Batman should be. This ideology should be challenged with Batman's greatest failure, the most negative parts of Batman's mission, the most parts Batman shouldn't be. Nightwing and Red Hood should be adversaries more than brothers because at its core, both of them represent Bruce's mission. They both represent the opposite spectrums and pendulums of what Bruce Wayne and Batman is. When it comes down to it, either one of them are going to be given the cowl if Batman goes down. Both of them are next in line for the bat. Why? Because they both represent what Batman is. Vengeance versus justice.
2-pack of ass.
On me, house so big I feel lonely. Started in them with me too clean. We
drugs, we giving different mood swings. We kissing fuck, but it ain't no strings. I don't never cuff, we do our own thing. Only trusting us, so I got my own thing. We been lit it up, feel like a long drink. Speed it up, I wanna OD. Up and take a truck, feel like it's floating.